Well, dear students, in our last class, we have discussed about vacuum efficiency, right? Today, the last concept of solid state, it is imperfections in solids. Okay? Or it is also being called as what? Defects in solid. Crystals shows defect, or crystals sometimes it shows deviation from the ideal arrangement of the constituent particle. Usually constituent particles are orderly arranged, maybe during the manufacturing process or during the crystallization process. The arrangement of the constituent particle that shows deviation, either it is missing from the lattice side, or that constituent particle or lattice point is moved to the interstitial position. That leads to what? Imperfections in the solid. We'll discuss different types of imperfections in solid. What is a defect? Defect can be defined as, or imperfections in solid can be defined as deviation from the ideal arrangement of the constituent particles. Okay, any deviation from the ideal arrangement of the constituent particle is called as what? Defect. What is a defect? Deviation from the ideal arrangement of the constituent particles. So what are the different deviations from the ideal arrangement of the constituent particle can be observed? So under the defect, there are two types of the defects are present. Okay, the first type of defect is called as what? It is point defect. And the second type of defect is called as what? It is line defect. Okay, as the name itself indicates, point defect in the sense, if you observe the crystal lattice, if you observe the arrangement of the constituent particle, if the deviation from the ideal arrangement around a point or an atom in a lattice, okay, deviation from the ideal arrangement around an atom or in a point of a lattice structure, then it is called as what? Point defect. Crystal lattice alli kali ಒಂದು ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಆಟಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಡಿಫೆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ರೆ, ಆಟಮ್ ಅರೇಂಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ಇದ್ರೆ, ಒಂದು ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಥವಾ ಆಟಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಡಿವಿಯೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ರೆ, such deviation is called as what? Point defect. What is a point defect? Deviation from the ideal arrangement around an atom or point in a lattice. Line defect. Line defect in the sense, in entire line of the crystal lattice we can observe the deviation. Okay, line defect can be defined as any deviation from the ideal arrangement in entire row or in entire line of a lattice structure, then it is called as what? Line defect. So in your syllabus we are going to discuss about the point defects in detail. Okay, we'll discuss in detail about the point defect. So just we'll look at the outline classification of the point defect. This point defect is again classified into three types. There are three types of the point defect. First one is stoichiometric defect. Stoichiometric defect. Second one is impurity defect. Impurity defect. And third one is non-stoichiometric defect. Okay, non-stoichiometric defect. Okay, so what are the different types of the point defect? One is a stoichiometric defect, second one is the impurity defect, third one is the non-stoichiometric defect. Okay, we'll discuss first about the stoichiometric defect. Okay, so this stoichiometric defect, it is also be called as what? Intrinsic defect, or it is also be called as thermodynamic defect. Okay, intrinsic or thermodynamic defect. It is also be called as a intrinsic defect or thermodynamic defect. Intrinsic or thermodynamic defect. So, definition: stoichiometric defect means a defect which do not disturb the stoichiometry of a solid. Which do not disturb the stoichiometry of a solid. That means the number of atoms, or if you consider the neutrality, etc. So here the neutrality is maintained. Okay, neutrality is maintained here. Or we can say that the number of cations or anions ratio that remains the same. Okay, so therefore it is called as what? Stoichiometric defect. Defect which do not disturb the stoichiometry of a solid. So this stoichiometric defect for ionic solid and non-ionic solid, it is separately classified. Okay, stoichiometric defect for non-ionic and ionic solid. Stoichiometric defect for non-ionic solid. There are two types of the stoichiometric defect for non-ionic solid. It is the vacancy defect and interstitial defect. Whereas for ionic solid, they observe, that is, along with the vacancy and interstitial, extra defects can be observed. That is Schottky defect, Frenkel defect, and Schottky Frenkel defect and Schottky defect. Okay, I'll write properly. Frenkel defect and Schottky defect. Okay, Frenkel defect and Schottky defect. So we'll discuss in detail about the different types of the defects. Okay, right. First again, stoichiometric defects. Non-ionic solids vacancy and interstitial, and ionic solids Frenkel and Schottky defect. Right. We'll study what is the vacancy defect. Okay. Vacancy defect means, if I consider this is the cation, anion, anion. Vacancy defect means defect due to the vacant lattice site. Here some of the lattice site that remains vacant. Okay, vacancy defect is due to the vacant lattice site. It is usually arises due to the vacant lattice site. Remember, vacancy defect is arise in non-ionic solid. Non-ionic solid is due to the vacant lattice site. Okay. This vacant lattice site, maybe cations are missing from the lattice site or anions are missing from the lattice site. If the cations are missing, it is called as a cationic vacancy. Anions are missing means it is usually called as an anionic vacancy. Yes. So this because of the vacant lattice site, which directly affects what? Density of a solid. So here, which decreases the density of a solid. Which decreases the density of a solid. Which decreases the density of a solid. Which affect the density of a solid. Okay, remember, under the non-ionic solid, first defect is vacancy defect. Vacancy defect means defect arises due to the vacant lattice site, which decreases the density of a solid. Why the vacancy defect is usually observed? It is because whenever the solids are heated, okay, upon heating this vacancy defect arises. Okay, upon heating we can observe this vacancy defect. Okay, upon heating this vacancy defect is absorbed. The second one is under the stoichiometric defect. Second one is interstitial defect. Okay, interstitial defect. So what is the interstitial defect? Interstitial defect in the sense here what at the interstitial position, other than the normal lattice position ಗಿಂತ other than the normal lattice position, whatever it is there, it is usually called as the interstitial position. Illiga, this is the interstitial position. You can observe, it is the normal lattice position. Other than the normal lattice position, it is called as the interstitial position. Okay, here we can observe extra constituent particles are at the interstitial position. Okay, interstitial defect. Interstitial defect. In case of the interstitial defect, if you consider this is the lattice structure, so in particular solid study you can observe the extra B minus ಆಗಿರಬಹುದು ಅಥವಾ A plus ಆಗಿರಬಹುದು extra constituent particles at the interstitial position. Okay, interstitial position ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇದು. Okay, other than the normal lattice position is called as interstitial position. Here there is an extra constituent particle, that is atom or ions or molecule at the interstitial position. Okay, so that is called as what? Interstitial defect. So here in case of the interstitial defect arises due to the constituent particles at the interstitial position. Okay, so therefore here it is what? Due to the extra constituent particles at the interstitial position. Extra constituent particles in the interstitial position. Yes, because of the extra constituent particle, what happens? The density here increases. Okay, which increases the density of a solid. Density of a solid increases. Okay, so this is about the defects in non-ionic solids. Right? We discussed the defects in ionic solid. Important, usually comes for 2 marks. The difference, Schottky defect and the Frenkel defect difference anna 2 marks ಗೆ ಇರಬಹುದು, ಅಥವಾ 1 marks ಗೆ ಅದರ ಬೇಸಿಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಕೇಳಬಹುದು. Okay, so we discuss what is the Frenkel defect and what is the Schottky defect. Right. Usually the ionic solids, along with the vacancy and interstitial defect, which also shows what? Frenkel and Schottky defect. So first we discuss about the Frenkel defect. Okay, Frenkel defect. What do you mean by the Frenkel defect? Frenkel defect in the sense it is dislocation of smaller ion, that is usually the cation. Okay, dislocation of smaller ion from the normal side, to the interstitial position. Dislocation of the smaller ion, that is usually the cation, from the normal side to the interstitial side. Okay, if you consider the solid structure, I will write cation, anion, cation, anion. Okay, this is simple ionic solid it is. You know that among cations and anions, cations are usually smaller in the size, anions are usually bigger in the size. Whenever there is a large difference in the sizes, cation and anion size difference large idaga, the smaller ions, that is usually the cation, which from the normal position which dislocates from the normal position and move towards the interstitial position. Okay, the movement of the smaller ion or dislocation of the smaller ion from the normal side to the interstitial side is called as what? To the interstitial side is called as what? Frenkel defect. Okay, dislocation of smaller ion, that is cation, from the normal side towards or to the interstitial side is called as what? Frenkel defect. Remember the definition, it is dislocation. Okay, because of the movement of the smaller ion from the normal side to the interstitial side, we can observe the two types of the defects again. It also carries vacancy defect, it also carries what? Interstitial defect. Which is having the vacancy defect at the original position and interstitial defect at the interstitial position. Okay, so we can also observe what? Vacancy as well as interstitial defects here. What happens to the density of a solid? Since the ion is there in the solid, it is not missing from the solid, it is there in the interstitial position. So what happens to the density of a solid? Right, the density remains same. Remember, density remains same. Okay, one marks here question kelbodu. What happens to the density of a solid if the Frenkel defect arises? Okay, so density doesn't disturb the density, or we can say that density remains the same. So in what situation we can observe the Frenkel defect? Whenever there is a large difference in size. Okay, whenever there is a large difference in size, we can observe what? Frenkel defect. Okay, what are the examples for the Frenkel defect? We can give the example large difference in bandadu iodine halides consider model. We can observe the silver halide. Okay, that is the silver iodide you can consider, or silver bromide you can consider. Okay, the silver chloride you can consider, or zinc sulfide. So these are some examples which shows what? Frenkel defect. Okay, what are Frenkel defect? It is dislocation or movement of the smaller ion from the normal position to the interstitial position. Usually the cations dislocate from the normal position to interstitial position. It arises vacancy as well as interstitial defect, which does not disturb the density of a solid. When there is a large difference in the cation and anion, this type of the defect can be observed. And examples, some of the examples: silver halides, silver iodide, bromide, AgCl, silver chloride, and zinc sulfide. We discussed about the one more defect. It is the Schottky defect. Schottky defect. Schottky defect means here we can observe the missing of equal number of cations and anions. Missing of equal number of cations and anions from the normal side. Missing of equal number of cations and anions from the normal sides are called as what? Schottky defect. So here in this particular defect, what? Missing of cations, equal number of cations as well as equal number of anions. Okay, and so here you can observe in the diagram that there is no large difference in the size. There is no large difference in the size of the anion as well as the cation. Okay, there is no large difference in the size of cations and anions. So therefore here, if the anion is missed, same way cations also missed there. Okay, you can observe that missing of equal number of cations and anions from the normal side. On the cation, in order to maintain the electrical neutrality, remember electrical neutrality maintain ಆಗಬೇಕು. ಎಷ್ಟು cations miss ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ anions miss ಆಗಬೇಕು. Okay, so it maintains the electrical neutrality, and equal number of cation and anion is missing from the normal side, and there is no large difference in the size of cations and anions there. So since the missing leads to what? Defect, vacancy defect. It leads to vacancy defect, cationic and anionic vacancy defect, and which what decreases the density of a solid. Okay, here density decreases because of the missing of equal number of cations and anions from the normal position. What are the examples? What are the examples which shows the Schottky defect? That is, you can observe the sodium chloride is the one which shows the Schottky defect. Potassium chloride is the one which shows the Schottky defect, as well as silver bromide. Okay, remember, silver bromide is the example which shows both the Schottky as well as Frenkel defect. Okay, so we completed the stoichiometric defect. Stoichiometric defect means what? Defect which do not disturb the stoichiometry of a solid. Under that defect, for non-ionic solid is vacancy and interstitial defect. Defect for ionic solid is Schottky as well as a Frenkel defect. We will move on to the next defect. It is impurity defect. Impurity defect. Impurity defect. Right, in the previous case, defect arises within the crystal system itself. But here, defect arises due to the foreign substance. To the solid, if you add externally any foreign substance, which leads to the defect. So the arrangement of the constituent particle that becomes what? Misleading of it, or mismatch of a constituent particle can be observed by adding the foreign substance or by adding the impurity to it. So defect arises due to the impurities is called as what? Impurity defect. So this impurity defect which will be replaces the required number of cations or anions from the crystal structure. For example, the addition of the strontium chloride to the sodium chloride. Okay, if you observe the to the solid, to the sodium chloride ionic solid, if you add a small or pinch amount of strontium chloride to it, what happens is some of the sodium ion is replaced by what? Strontium ion. You know that Na it has got single positive charge, but strontium it has got what? Plus 2 charge. So therefore, one strontium which replaces what? 2 sodium ions from the crystal lattice. Okay. If this is the sodium chloride crystal, if this is the sodium chloride crystal, the addition of the strontium ion, since it is a plus 2, which replaces what? 2 sodium ion from the lattice structure, and one of the side is what? Replaced by the impurity. Okay, the number of impurities is equal to number of cationic vacancy. Okay, clear? See here, you added 1 mole of strontium ion, that will be replaced as what? 2 sodium ion. That leads to the what? Cationic vacancy. Among the 2 cationic vacant side, one of the side is occupied by the strontium and one more remains free. Okay, so therefore we can say that number of cationic vacancy is equal to what? Number of cationic vacancy is equal to what? Number of impurities. Is equal to what? Number of impurities. Number of impurities. Right. So not only the addition of strontium chloride to the sodium chloride, you can also observe the addition of cadmium chloride. Addition of the cadmium chloride to the silver chloride also leads to the impurity defect. Okay, impurity defect is due to the addition of a foreign substance or by the impurities. It leads to the defects in a solid. It is called the impurity defect. Under that we have studied the addition of strontium chloride to the sodium. One strontium replaces the 2 sodium. Similarly, one cadmium replaces the 2 silver ions from the crystal structure. Right. So next one is non-stoichiometric defect. Okay. Non-stoichiometric defect. Non-stoichiometric defect. Yes, as the name itself, non-stoichiometric defect in the sense, defect which disturb the stoichiometry of a solid. Here the stoichiometry what disturbs, it will changes the stoichiometry of a solid, therefore it is called as a non-stoichiometric defect. What is a non-stoichiometric defect? Defect which disturb the stoichiometry of a solid. Right. This non-stoichiometric defect is again classified into 2 types, that is metal excess defect and metal deficiency defect. Metal excess and metal deficiency defect. Okay. 1 marks ಗೆ the basis ಅಲ್ಲಿ questions ಅನ್ನ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. Okay. Metal excess and metal deficiency defect. So in a crystal structure ಅಲ್ಲಿ, if you consider the metallic solids consider ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ, here excess of metal can be observed. Because of the excess of metal, which leads to the non-stoichiometric defect. And here metal deficiency, because of the less number of metal, which leads to the non-stoichiometric defect. So we'll see in what situation metal excess defect leads to the non-stoichiometric defect. So here metal excess defect can be observed in 2 situations. One is due to anionic vacancy, and metal excess defect due to cations at interstitial position. Okay, metal excess defect due to anionic vacancy, and one more is the cations at the interstitial position. Okay, so that leads to the metal excess defect. Okay, if you consider, we'll discuss first what is a metal excess defect due to the anionic vacancy. Right. In a solid, because of the anionic vacancy, we can observe the excess of metal in the solid. The cation and the anion consider the sodium and the chloride crystal consider ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ. Throughout the crystal we can observe the repeated pattern of sodium and chloride, right? So repeated arrangement of the sodium ion as well as the chloride ion we can observe. If some of the chloride ion is removed, what happens? We can observe the excess of sodium ions there, right? So that leads to what? Metal excess defect. So in what situation this chloride is diffuses from the crystal and leads to the non-stoichiometric defect? Yes. So here, if you consider the sodium chloride, same sodium chloride crystal itself, see this sodium and chloride ion, sodium chloride crystal. If you consider the sodium chloride crystal, if you heat this sodium chloride crystal, in the presence of a sodium vapor, imagine if you are going to heat the sodium chloride crystal in the presence of a sodium vapor, what happens is this sodium atom is deposits on the surface of a solid. Okay, so because of the sodium atom deposition at the solid, the chloride ion from the crystal lattice, it has a strong affinity towards the sodium atom. That chloride ion, what happens? It will be slowly diffuses towards the surface. Okay, and that will be slowly moving towards the surface, and which creates what? Anionic vacant site there, and that diffused chloride ion moving towards the what? Surface. This is there at the ionic ion ಆಗಿರೋದು ಕ್ಲೋರೈಡ್ ಅಯಾನಿಕ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ, ಇದು ಸೋಡಿಯಂ ಆಟಮ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಸೋಡಿಯಂ ಈ ಕ್ಲೋರೈಡ್ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ದಟ್ ಸೋಡಿಯಂ ವಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ಸ್, ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ eject one electron, that sodium becomes sodium ion and releases one electron. That released sodium, that sodium plus reacts with the chloride ion, it will be forms what? One more layer on the surface. It will be forms what? One more layer on the surface. Correct? Right? See here, I'll explain again. If you heat the sodium chloride crystal in the presence of a sodium vapor, what happens? Sodium atom deposits on the surface of a solid. That sodium atom which attract the chloride ions from the lattice, when this chloride ion diffuses towards the surface, that sodium atom becomes what? Sodium ion by the liberation of a electron. That electron occupies what? Anionic vacant site. Okay, so this electrons at the anionic vacant site generate the center is called as what? F center. It is also be called as what? Color center or far bend center site. Okay, right. If you count the number of cations here, if you count the number of cations here, we can observe that there is a more number of cations but less number of anions. So metal excess defect can be observed. Okay, clear? See, diffused chloride on the surface forms one more layer of the sodium chloride, and during the process electrons released occupies the anionic vacant site. Okay, so this is a metal excess defect due to the what? Anionic vacancy. Right. So here this center is called as F center. This is also be called as a colored center because when the visible light falls to this, what happens? This electron undergoes excitation and it is once again come back to the ground state. When it come back to the ground state, which emit the complementary color. Complementary color emit ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ. So therefore, sodium chloride usually it is colorless, white in the color, but when you heat it in the sodium vapor, so in the presence of a sodium vapor, the atmosphere of sodium vapor, which turns the white sodium chloride crystal into yellow. Okay, that why the sodium chloride or table salts yellow upon heating in the presence of sodium vapor? It is because of the metal excess defect due to what? Anionic vacancy site. The color is mainly due to the electrons in the anionic site. Clear? So like how the sodium chloride which becomes yellow in the color, similarly lithium chloride which is pink in color, if you heat the lithium chloride in the presence of a lithium vapor, and potassium chloride which is usually the violet or black in color when it is heated in the presence of a potassium vapor. Okay, yes, once again I'll explain. Metal excess defect due to the anionic vacancy, that is because of the anionic vacancy which leads to the metal excess defect. How the anionic vacancy is generated? When the crystal is heated in the presence of sodium vapor, chloride ions diffuses towards the surface and react with the sodium atom, and it leads to the anionic vacancy site. The anionic vacancy site is then filled by the electrons during the conversion of sodium atom to the sodium ion, and that converted sodium ion reacts with the chloride ion and forms a one more layer on the surface. Right. So this is about the metal excess defect due to the anionic vacancy. Next one is a metal excess defect due to the cations in the interstitial position. Okay. Yes. Metal excess defect due to the cations at the interstitial position. Here, this one can be absorbed when you heat the solid. For example, if you consider the zinc oxide, So when you heat this zinc oxide, what happens is oxygen from the solid is liberated, and which gives you what? Zinc plus 2, along with that 2 electrons were released, right now. So when you heat the zinc oxide, electrons liberated as well as oxygen is liberated. So this zinc ion which occupies the interstitial position. Okay, so this is, just imagine this is the zinc oxide solid. This is the zinc oxide solid. When you heat this zinc oxide, what happens? Oxygen is liberated, right? So, and here what happens? Oxygen is liberated, and this zinc ions, what happens? It will be moving towards the interstitial position, and this released electron, it is also occupies what? Interstitial position. When you heat the zinc oxide, oxygen is released and zinc plus 2 ions and electrons are liberated, right? So that zinc plus 2 ion, what happens? It moves towards the interstitial position, and in order to maintain the neutrality, electrons also got released to the neighboring interstitial position. So here the metal excess defect can be observed. How the metal excess defect can be observed? If you count the number of cations, what happens at the interstitial position, because of the presence of this positive ion, which leads to the metal excess defect. Okay, and so here this is usually white in the color, but upon heating the crystal structure turns to yellow. Why? It is because of the presence of electrons at the interstitial position. Right, this is a non-stoichiometric defect due to the metal excess defect. One more is the metal deficiency defect. We will study how the metal deficiency defect leads to the non-stoichiometric defect. Metal deficiency defect. Right. What do you mean with the metal deficiency defect? Usually, this metal deficiency defect is observed in a solid if the metal has got the variable oxidation state. Okay, if the metal has got the variable oxidation state, which leads to the metal deficiency defect. So, some of the metal storage in the laboratory, it is usually difficult. If you consider the iron oxide will proportionally 1:1 ratio will be equal. But here usually we can observe that it is 0.95 to E proportionally. Why it is so? It is because ion has got the variable oxidation state. Right? Ion plus 2 state in the plus 3 state ke change agutte. Plus 2 in the plus 3 state ke change aguvaga what happens? The metal deficiency can be observed. Okay, so ಒಂದು crystal structure ಅಲ್ಲಿ Fe plus 2 ಮತ್ತೆ Fe plus 2 ಮತ್ತೆ ಇಲ್ಲ iron oxide ಅಲ್ಲಿ Fe plus 2 ಮತ್ತೆ oxide ಇದು crystal structure. Correct? So here, because of the variable oxidation state, if it is exposed to the atmosphere, what happens? It changes its oxidation state, the higher oxidation state ke change aagtade. Again, it leads to the deficiency of the metal. That means some of the what Fe plus 2 is replaced by what? Fe plus 3 ion. Fe plus 3 ion. So because of that, it leads to what? Metal deficiency defect. Okay, the required number of Fe plus 2 ions are replaced by the Fe plus 3 ions. Right, remember how the metal deficiency defect can be observed? This one is observed in a solid when the solid which is having the variable oxidation state metal. If the metal possesses the variable oxidation state, we can observe the metal deficiency defect. The required number of metal is replaced by the metal in the higher oxidation state. Okay, so this is about the metal deficiency defect. Right. So this completes your solid state chapter. in today's class we have discussed about the imperfections in solid, that is stoichiometric defect, impurity defect and non-stoichiometric defect. Stoichiometric defect alli vacancy, interstitial, Frenkel, Schottky defect, impurity defect. Then non-stoichiometric defect alli metal excess defect and metal deficiency defect. Metal excess defect alli metal excess due to the cations at interstitial position and metal excess defect due to the anionic vacancy site. And metal deficiency defect is mainly due to what? The variable metals in a solid, variable oxidation state metals in a solid, which leads to the metal deficiency defect. Okay? Yes, thank you.